guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, welcome back to my kitchen. Whoever doesn't know me, my name is Svetlana and we continue celebrating Hanukkah. And look what I got in Home Goods. I got this apron that says I'm just here for latkes. Yeah, it's so cute. I wish I would buy it when I was filming my latkes, but today we're filming something also very exciting that when you think about Hanukkah, you're thinking about jelly donuts. It's latkes and jelly donuts. And Kobe's crying, he wants donuts. Kobe, you can have donuts, and I don't even have them yet. Again, everybody eating jelly donuts, everybody, Polish people, Italian, American, the whole world. But for Hanukkah, when we're making jelly donuts, we call them Sufganiyot. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but I believe so. So let's begin. For this recipe, we will need milk. If you kosher and you're eating your meal and then you're eating donuts, subsidize it to a water, or if you're vegan, also instead of butter, you could use vegetable oil. So we're using 3-4 cups of warm milk with 2 teaspoons of active yeast, 2 egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 1/3 cups of flour, 1/4 cups of sugar, and a pinch of salt, frying oil, and jam. You could make it with any jam you like. You could make them with Nutella, with chocolate. You could make them with condensed milk. You're gonna need this squeeze bottle because we're gonna fill it like that. To me, this is the most comfortable. You could use any tool you have. So let's begin. I have 3-4 cups of warm milk, 2 teaspoons of active yeast. Need 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm gonna put right now out of this, I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of sugar and mix it well and leave it for about 15 minutes until the foam will appear. And I want to talk to you about baking. A lot of people are afraid of baking because something doesn't go wrong. Either the dough doesn't rise, or it could be 2 things. Your yeast is not good, or it's too cold in your house. That's why your dough is not rising. I know when I started baking, first time it didn't come out good, and I didn't bake for a long time. My yeast was bad. I didn't know that. So how do we know that our yeast is good? We mix it with the sugar, with a little bit of sugar and yeast, and we'll leave it for 10 minutes, and you're gonna see a little foam on top. So when you see your foam on top, that means your yeast is good. You keep it in the refrigerator and it stays good for a very long time. So if your yeast is good, and then in 2 hours your dough is not rising, that means it's too cold. What can you do? You could preheat your oven to 170, turn it off, not on, off. And then you put your dough inside, so it's gonna be warm, and right away it's gonna rise, and in an hour you're gonna see that it's doubled or tripled in size. So I will see you in 10 minutes and I will show you how this gonna look. My friends, for my dough, I have my standing mixer. This is the biggest helper. That this is the best investment. It makes my dough, it makes my cakes. It does also, I have the grinder attachment, so this is amazing. If you cook a lot and you bake a lot, you gotta invest into that. So we're gonna mix our dry ingredients. For dry ingredients, we only have flour and salt, and I need 2 cups, 2 1/3. And I said bacon, by the way, we're not baking our donuts, we're frying our donuts. To that, we're gonna add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Guys, it's only 5 minutes past, and look, you have that foamy top. If you're gonna leave it for a little bit longer, it's gonna go higher, and it could just run out of the glass. But we don't need it. We don't need to get it to that point. We could just use it like that. So we mix our flour and salt, and here that's it. We're adding our sugar, egg yolks, our butter, room temperature, If you don't have room temperature, you could easily put it in microwave for a little bit, but make sure it's not hot, because if it's gonna be hot, it's gonna kill your yeast. A teaspoon of vanilla. All I do, I just combine my wet dry ingredients with my wet ingredients, mix for a little bit, and then put it in my standing mixer on a low speed for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So guys, look here. If your dough does like this, you see it's in the bottom sticking, that means it needs a little bit more flour. So get maybe like a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, and you will see that, I'll show you how it's supposed to look. You may turn it off and just help a little bit and put it back on. If it doesn't stick at the bottom, that means it's good, it's ready. So this is how our dough is supposed to look. It's not sticking to our hands and it's very soft. And I made the same thing 3 hours ago, and look how much it dries in 3 hours. You don't need 3 hours. I was just busy with something else. So this is you looking for. Maybe it's gonna double in size. This is already triple in size. So what we do now, a little bit of oil. I spread it all over, and I get my dough and put it in the bottom, and I cover it with plastic wrap. And now what I'm gonna do, because I have the dough to cook with, I'm gonna put this one in a refrigerator for a long rise, and it's gonna take about 2 days to rise, and I'll make it in 2-3 days, because this is what we do on Hanukkah. We make our jelly donuts and potato latkes, and this is what we eat for 8 days. Now we're gonna shape our donuts. We take our dough on the working space. Our dough is so soft and so easy to work with. And we need to make like a 1/2 inch circle or square, because we're gonna cut out our donuts. Now I'm gonna take a board or a plate, and I'm gonna cover it with the flour. You could take a cup, a glass, or I have this thing that my father made for me to make pierogies. So now we're making with this our jelly donuts. So what we do, that's it. We'll take one and we'll put it on the flour surface. And very close, we get another one. And we'll also put it on the floured surface. And we'll continue do it with the rest. So the reason why some people cut it, so they don't have this extra dough. But I think I'm gonna use it all. Take the rest of my dough. Ideally, I should leave it for like 5 minutes and let it rest a little bit, because after you play with the dough, it loses elasticity. It needs to rest. You see, this one is already harder to roll, but I think I could manage it. But if it's hard for you, just let it rest for a few minutes, and right away it's gonna be easy to work. Okay guys, so I rolled most of them, and this piece is already, I cannot do it anymore. So I'm gonna let it rest for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna stretch it and make 2 more rounds. And what I do with these now, I'm just gonna cover it with a plastic wrap. Make sure you always cover your dough, because if it will dry out, that's it. It's not good. You're gonna kill it. So we're gonna cover it, and we're gonna cover this one. And we need to let them rest for another half an hour because they're gonna rise, and that's what we're looking for. Or if you don't have this, you could just cover it. You may not even need this. You could take it off. If you don't have, for example, if you don't have plastic wrap, you may just cover it with a clean kitchen towel. And what I'm gonna do with this, in 10 minutes, I'm gonna roll it and also gonna cover it, because while we're gonna be frying it, this will rise. And I will see you in half an hour, and I will show you how prettier they gonna be. So I let my donuts rest for half an hour, and you see how big they got. And these are a little bit crooked because I made it from that rest of the dough, and of course it doesn't look the same. So let them rest for a little bit longer and come to my stove, and let's start frying the donuts. Here I have a skillet with halfway full of frying oil. I use vegetable oil, and you have to heat it up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or until you put something and it starts bubbling. So this is how you know that your oil is hot. We gently place our donuts in the oil. You gotta watch them. Hold on. This one is done. Done. You see right away. Right away, they're ready. 40 seconds, a minute on each side. Now, the donuts that are ready, we gently take them out and put them on our bouncy paper towel and let them cool off. Okay guys, we continue frying them, and it's probably like 30 seconds per side. They fried really, really, really fast. It took probably 2 minutes to fry all my donuts, and be careful because like 2 of them I burned a little bit. Make sure you look for this color, because right away your oil is so hot and right away they're turning dark. So be very, very careful. It's like 30-40 seconds per side. Now we need our jam and we need our powdered sugar. So how do we make our donuts? We make a hole and we just squeeze it inside, and you feel it. You feel it. You squeeze it in, and once it's going, that means it's a room. Now you see it's starting, and things like that happened. So my bottle opened up. We'll try another one. We poke it in the middle, and we just squeeze our jelly inside. I try to fill it, make it full of jam, and that's it. Make it on the side. You just make a hole on the side and you squeeze it on the side. My jelly-filled donuts are filled with jam. I filled them all on the top, just one on the side. And now what we're gonna do is just sprinkle them with the powdered sugar. And then I show you what we got inside. And inside we got this. And I need Dough is soft, delicious. Oh my gosh, so delicious. Okay, now all I need is to eat them. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. Now we're gonna have our dinner. We're gonna have our Hanukkah dinner, and I already ate so many jelly donuts, so I'm gonna have some food right now. Thank you so much for watching me, and don't forget to leave comments down below. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and happy holidays to everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.